Welcome to episode 2, which is a short episode of Challenger, high pressure sale tactics that I've ran into already, finding the Challenger I would love to buy. I'm going to take you through looking, and let's take a listen. So as you can hear, it's a great rounding car. It sounds great. Here we're taking a look at it close up on my phone. You're seeing exactly what I'm seeing on my phone. And what I'm going to do in a second is start the conversation about, I like it, right? I like the car. I would finance this. I would buy this. It would be something I'd be interested in. It would fit in my budget. So I start the conversation asking about, is this buy here, pay here? Do you have lenders that you work with? They respond that they do have over 20 lenders. It's not buy here, pay here, yada yada yada. And so after deciding that I could fit it in my budget and everything, I went ahead and filled out the application for pre-approval. I was pre-approved, and I got a text message a little while later about that pre-approval. And as you can see here, I am texting, messaging the seller about the car and financing. And the next thing you're going to see is another quick picture of the car. But the next thing you see is those text messages. And you can see the one that they confirmed the day that I applied for that pre-approval. And then the next morning at 11:28 a.m., they're telling me that the lenders want to know if I can come in today to seal this deal, right? I need to come in today, even though on my pre-approval says it's good for 30 days, and I have 30 days to shop for a car with that pre-approved amount. And so I respond, pre-approval is good for 30 days. Next thing you know, my phone rings, and I respond with a text message. So I work a full-time job that I'm trying to work at right now, and constantly trying to contact me will not get me in the door. I tell them that I received a notice that my car had sold, that I was only interested in a 2008 to 2014 Dodge Challenger, and they responded back that the 2010 Challenger I was interested did in fact sell, that they had a 2021 Dodge Challenger in black in detail, getting detailed at that moment. And I responded back with, so you knew that the car that I was interested in had sold, and you still tried to get me in the door. You knew that I only am interested in a 2008 to 2014 Dodge Challenger, and you still tried to sell me a car? ? I still have yet to hear back. I have yet to hear back from them, like I said, and that's okay. I'll be moving on and will not be using that dealership. Here's the high pressure sales tactics that we are exposed to when we go car shopping. And I learned this in business school and watched it play out with my partner shopping for cars recently. And this is why we started this channel. Using your name repeatedly makes you feel good, makes you feel respected, makes you feel connection. Texting and calling you back repeatedly is a way to get you quicker to respond, to make a snap decision to get you in the door. Because once you're in the door, the car is touchable. Your brain feels and thinks it's yours. It's dopamine rush. It feels yours. And the biggest tactic that they used on me was to lure you in with the belief that the vehicle you want is still available. And you get there and they tell you that vehicle has been sold, and then you are like, okay, well, then they show you a more expensive vehicle because maybe you're already pre-approved for a more expensive loan than what you were approved on that lower costing car, which was my case. And then they could try to convince you to buy that more expensive car, even though you would not have made that decision before you came in and touched that car. So as a business student learning the difference between good and bad business practices, I was shocked to watch what my school says is bad business practices and sales tactics be exactly what my textbook said, like which industry they said uses these tactics the most, which industry uses these tactics against women the most, and vulnerable men. And so if you don't have the personality where you can say, no, I'm not coming in, my pre-approval is good for this many days, do your research, check with your bank if you have one, see if you can get a loan through them first. They'll be more affordable, your interest rates will be better, and they'll be more flexible when it comes to payments and things like that. But sometimes we don't have the options to have private banks or lenders, and we need to go through the lenders that the car dealerships offer. And the salesmen, their job is to get you in the door to buy something because they don't make a paycheck unless you do. So there's a couple other sales tactics I will tell you about that you could possibly look for the next time you're buying a car. Ladies, if you're going to shop for a car alone, which we try not to do because we get taken advantage of so much, and that's another reason my partner and I decided that this Challenger show so necessary, is ladies, you'll show up to a car dealership alone to buy a car, and they'll send out a good-looking man. That is by design. He'll compliment you, and he'll make you laugh and smile, and that's by design because that's giving you a false sense of adoration, right? And it's making you feel good and respected, and he's flirting, and you're feeling playful, and it's just a way to manipulate you. Men, same thing. This is what my partner experienced. His listings were all by women, and he thought he was talking to a woman. And when we got to the dealership, he asked for the woman, and a guy come out. And he wasn't certain if this was the right person that he should be talking to, so we talked to the person. But then when we were leaving, he called the dealership and asked for this lady. And the guy said it was him. But the picture on the profile was clearly a very beautiful, attractive woman, because the car that my partner was buying, it was probably most likely a lot easier to sell or get someone to even pay attention to the listing with a beautiful woman as the attention getter. So men, they will lure you in with false profile photos of beautiful women, or if you show up on the lot without a woman, they might send out a woman customer service manager who's not even a sales representative, and her top button might be undone, and she might gently touch your arm and manipulate you and make you feel really good, like by saying, okay, you know what, she'll touch your arm and walk away. She'll go get you a salesman or lead you to a salesman or ask you what kind of car you're interested in and tell you all the other salesmen are busy. So if you don't have the personality to say no and walk away, do not go car shopping by yourself. Have someone who does have a backbone with you. And also tune into this show so I can keep teaching you, because we're going to do more than just these videos. We're going to actually get out to these dealerships and actually videotape my experience with them as a woman. And is it going to be different because there's going to be a man behind the camera? Probably, but most of the time there may not be. It may just be me holding my camera myself. So tune in so I can teach you all the tactics to not fall for as a female or a man. And I am not editing this. I'm not scripted. There will be errors. It is what it is. No one's perfect. I hope this has been insightful, and that you can see that car buying for anybody at any stage can be very manipulative and hard and daunting, stressful. It is by design that way to make you make a snap decision. But snap decisions when car buying leads you to vehicles that don't